Happy Monday, everybody, and happy 2022. We are here in the Welcome Center, and as everybody has been out taking care of the big cats, we have an update on one of our office cats, too. I'd like to show you guys Mr. Benny here. You guys know him. He's going to be 15 years old this year, and over the last few weeks, we've seen Benny kind of get a little rigid, kind of get disoriented. We are concerned about him, and so he's had 2 vet appointments. The first one didn't find anything conclusive, but as he's had more of these spells, we were definitely assuming that this was a low blood sugar thing, or it could be something in the brain. And so we have been testing him for a fasting blood glucose level. And Joy, can you tell us a little bit about what we're looking for and maybe the next steps for Mr. Benny?
We're looking to see what range his glucose is. We're going to take a reading now, and then we're going to feed him, and in an hour we're going to take another reading to see where he is on the scale. And then depending on that depends on
what our next steps are. So we're, obviously diabetes is something older cats can get, but because this hasn't been following that routine, we don't rule it out, but we're also looking at insulinoma, or it could be other things that are causing these mini seizures. So Benny does not like restraint. And so why he's getting his little blood sample taken so that we can test that blood glucose level. We're going to go say hi to some other cats here in the office. You might hear Benny protesting vocally. Most of that's right now is because he's wanting food because he's been fasted this morning. So any of you that have had diabetic cats in the past know that if you have them, you have to take their glucose reading and then do insulin twice a day. But right now, we do not know if Benny has, diabetes, or if he has insulinoma or something else. So we're just doing some testing here to help us with further diagnosis in the near future. So we will give you updates and let Joy and Jess do their work. Obviously, Mr. Oreo over here does not seem to care at all that Benny's going to have to be seen by the vet. Oreo's favorite thing is to be a little too close for comfort with his blanket. As you can see, Oreo came to us with a collar wear on him. Oh, and there's Mr. Benny in the back protesting getting his blood taken. And as while they do that work, we're also going to check in with, oh, Ben, honey, that restraint. Now that is all vocalization for being restrained. It's not anything he's hurt about. Benny likes to be very vocal about being held. So Benny, we're really hoping, does not have diabetes, because you can imagine that he will not like to be held and restrained just for his blood glucose. So as he protests out there for his vet day, we are in here with lounging Cashmere, one of our geriatrics. Oh, she hears Benny protesting. Benny does not want to be held at all. Poor little dude. If any of you have taken your cats to the vet, you know that even your sweetest cat who doesn't like restraint or who doesn't like the kennel will definitely vocalize. So this little girl, who seems to be so relaxed, is one of our oldest girls, and she has severe arthritis and spondylosis. She receives medication for that. This is Cashmere. Cashmere is a cross between a jungle cat, which is a cat in Pakistan, and a domestic cat. She's been with us for several years. And because of her arthritis, the staff has customized her feeding station so it's elevated so she doesn't have to bend down. She gets water next to her as well as around the room. But this little girl tends to chew on cords when people aren't around. So we have signs to remember that we need to unplug and move all cords before we leave for the day. And she's in my office, in Kelly's office. She is definitely at end of life. And end of life can be a few days, it can be a few months, and even with Shanti Diva, it can be a year longer. We really listen to the cat, and if the cat's doing the normal things they like to do, if they are eating well, and if they can be comfortable. So Cashmere spends a lot of time sleeping. Hi, beautiful. A lot of time sleeping because walking can be a little challenging for her and a little uncomfortable. So she receives pain management for that and laser therapy. But there's only so much we can do. We know at some point it's going to get too difficult for her. So we are enjoying every day and every moment with this girl. She's still a really good eater and eating her meds very well. And are you going to get up? Because every time somebody comes in the room, she thinks it's treat time. Benny will be very excited that he'll get to have his food now. And Cashmere, as we talked about before, Cashmere has several blankets and things on the ground. Because of her arthritis, things can be slippery for her. Hi, sweetheart. Come here. Break up your treats. We'll let her eat her treats. So is Benny mad at you guys? Yeah. But now they got their treats, their breakfast, very late in the day. But since he's eating, I'm assuming that means you got a sample from him. Do you forgive those that had to get your blood sample? It's only because they care for you so much. So once we got our results, we will share those with our vets. We will take another sample today. We've had a cat and a dog here at the sanctuary prior that were diabetic, and we're able to take care of Aztec and Cookie the dog. We're hoping that this is something else that can be controlled by medicine or diet, but as you guys know, it takes testing before you can get a diagnosis. Thank you, ladies. I know Benny doesn't thank you, but I thank you. So I'll just be the good one that's sitting here while Benny eats and get his treat. So if you're just joining us, we're here in the office. We were talking about our office cats today, and that Benny the Bengal was having some seizure-like symptoms, and those can usually be related to blood glucose levels or a tumor in the brain. He's almost 15 years old this year. And so we are taking him through all the tests, kind of ruling things out, and then determining the best course of treatment. Mr. Oreo is doing quite well here in the office too. Both of these cats, as well as Cashmere, are going to be moving to the animal care center along with Cinders, who's in the bungalow. So I don't know how many of you guys still have your Christmas decorations up. We'll have ours up for a few more days. But we have in here stocking for every cat here at the sanctuary. And then also, Uproar magazine is going to be mailed out. I think it was mailed out on Friday. So hopefully you're on the mail list. I'm going to pull it out here. And watch for this with Paulina on the cover. Will be in homes in the near future. So definitely watch your mailbox. It's full of great photos and great stories. And you'll want to make sure you're on the mailing list and that you've given your donation of $25 or more annually for the yearbook issue that will be coming out in April this year. So we hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. We hope everybody had a safe holiday and is staying safe from everything going on right now. Today is our observed holiday, so there's a few of us on site and a bunch of caretakers still shoveling us out of last week's snowstorm. And then we will be moving in, starting the animal care center this week. So we're really excited. We're going to start with the caretakers because they have not had any office space. Then Joy in the hospital will be moving in, followed by all of us in the office. What are you doing, Mr. Oreo? He says, I've been waiting for this meal all day, and he doesn't understand that he was penalized and couldn't eat, why they were waiting to test Benny as well. So what was everybody's plans for New Year's? I know before a lot of people said they were going to be sitting home. Did you end up sitting home? Did you watch any good movies? This is a really great time of year to kind of recharge and reset priorities for next year. We're doing that as well. So definitely sign up for our e-newsletters because we have big plans for next year. Can you believe even after the animal care center was built, we still have more that will need to take place next year, more for the cats. And we will make sure we share each of that with you and give you guys opportunities to start the new year with us and help all the programs we have for the cats. And also, if you've haven't, you want to get your calendar for next year because you'll want to turn those pages of those beautiful cats that are your favorite. Dash is the cover. We'll put a link here on the Facebook page to order that calendar that has beautiful photos of your cats that you guys support here. And now it looks like it's going to be after dinner grooming time. And Benny's going to go over and get the food from Oreo. If you guys have cats at home, you know what it's like to not feed them when they want to be fed. And wow, it is. I've had a tantrum all morning from these two while we were waiting to do the blood glucose test for Benny. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on the results, but one reading isn't a diagnosis, so we've had to do this a few times to get the readings our vet needs to assess next steps for Benny. As long as we keep him fed throughout the day, he's doing well, and we'll have a diagnosis soon to be able to make sure this boy gets all the treatment and care he needs. Let's see. So right now, look at next time you see us, we'll probably be in the new offices. This is just small offices right now. We are so excited to go to the new building and be able to have space for everyone. And Cashmere right now has her own office with us. She's going to have office with us as well and have in-floor heat. So if you haven't seen the new calendar, Cashmere, you'll definitely want to get this calendar. Can you believe Dash was that little at some point in time? And here's the photos that are going to be your core of the calendar. So I know people enjoy turning the pages, seeing the cats they love. And look at, we have a whole stack of COVID tests because as part of our protection for big cats, we, not only do you see us with our masks all the time, but we are testing to try and do everything we can to mitigate the possibility of transferring COVID to our big cats. So on top of that protocol, we have tongs protocol that have to be bleached between cats. We are double masking in the buildings. We are shifting cats out so that we're not in the same space as them. And we are really watching ourselves and the cats closely. So we hope everybody else is staying safe during this time as well. Wherever you are on your feelings, the one thing that we can all agree on is keeping the cats safe and keeping our staff safe. And that's what our goals are. So we hope you guys have a happy new year. Cashmere, I think she was up late for the new year over the weekend, and now she's going to nap the rest of the day, this little sweetheart. So thanks everyone, and we'll continue to see you and appreciate all your support in 2022, the year of the tiger.